Alright. One special episode and lots of boxes. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna talk about the VFC ARs. That's a lot of guns to talk about. And yes, VFC did send us quite a bit of guns today, and then I have to say, they improved. So, but something I wanted to let you guys know is that we're doing something slightly different today. Instead of straight heading to the unboxing part, we're gonna test it first. You know, let's swap things a little bit because originally what we did before is that yes, we do the open box, and then by the time we do the testing, we're already pretty tired. And so we figured like, hey, why don't we do the tests in the beginning, that you know we can get like our full impression on everything, and at the same time, if we run into some kind of issues or problems or anything like that, you know, we don't need to film it again the other day, that we can just film the same day, make it more efficient. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get the test started first. Okay, and here comes another hot and humid day in Taiwan. Currently the temperature right now is 36.2 and the humidity is 59%. The exact weather that I dislike, but it's the way it is. Let's get the corner test started. I'm gonna load 10 rounds of 0.2 gram BBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds into the M16 A1 that's already set up to our Quantum Vice version 2, which is suitable for all kinds of rifles. And the beautiful part is that this system, with the chrono, with everything set up, once you gotta adjust it, the gun, it's good to go. Let's set it to 10 rounds. And yeah, let's get the chrono test started. Jesse, ready?
Ready.
Okay, 10 shots, fired in 3, 2, 1. 10 shots, and let's see. The maximum is 128.4, the minimum is 123.0, the average is 124.6 meters per second. That's actually not bad. Now let's get the accuracy test started. Right here, I think for the BB weight that we will be using today, it will be 0.43 gram BBs. Part of the reason being, it's a very common used BB weight especially for rifles. So in Taiwan, we do that a lot, and I will be loading 10 rounds into this VFC M16 A1. And something to keep in mind is that this one, the hop chamber inside, is the one that we modified, and then perhaps we can show you exactly how it performs in comparison to the one that's not modified. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rounds. And we will do 3 tests for each gun. Okay? Load it into the magazine. 10 rounds. Oh, and the target is set at the range of 30 meters. So, yeah, 30 meters, if you can't hit anything, then that means there's something off with your accuracy. All right, let's get it started. The gun is hot. Jess, you ready?
Ready.
10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. See? With a slight bit of modification, your gun can perform that much better. Let's do test number 2. Okay, round 2 of the test. Gun is hot. Jess, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, 10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Last round of the test. Let's charge a little bit of gas. And always, when using the gas, puff dyno. That's your good friend. Okay, final round of the test. Guys, you ready?
Ready.
Gun is hot. 10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. All right, next gun. Let's go. Okay, again, we got the elder brother, the M16 A2 set up already. And once again, 0.2 gram BBs. Let's test out the output velocity. See how it turns out. Again, 10 shots. The gun is hot. Jesse, ready?
Ready.
Okay, 10 shots. Let's see how it goes. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Huh. Maximum is 104.8 and minimum is 83.5.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? It's okay. That's
Do it again.
let's do it again. Test it again. All right, 10 shots. Gun is hot. Ready?
Ready.
10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Maximum is 105.9. Minimum is 78.6.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, maybe that might be it, because again, when it comes to the hop up lever arm, if the contact is too big, sometimes it doesn't need to push as low. And in that case, since it's not pushing low enough, that the BBs might move forward and backward, since it is a big chunk of bolt moving forward and backward. So I suppose that's the cause for that. All right, accuracy test. Okay, now it comes the accuracy test again. The target is set at the range of 30 meters, and then I got some 0.43 gram BBs loaded inside the magazine, and we will do 3 rounds of tests. Okay, fired in 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. Let's do round 2 of the test. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Sounds pretty accurate. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Okay, apparently I'm not perfectly sure if it shoots more accurate or not, because it seems like it managed to hit the metal target. I think we might need to check the footage and see if it's more accurate or less accurate. Okay, well, last but not the least, the BCM MCMR. And this time again, 0.2 gram BBs, 10 shots. And let's test out the velocity first. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the maximum is 100.9. Minimum is 88.4. Hiya, why is it so low? Actually, let's test it again. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this time it's more stable. So probably there might be something to do with the BBs as well, because again, I know these are like brand new BBs out of the bag, but you know, sometime in the factory they might mix up some like BBs. But based on the test, the maximum is 100.8, the minimum is 93.1, and then the average is 97.6. So I would say overall it's it's decent and stable. All right, let's do the accuracy test. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Okay, once again, 0.43 gram with the BCM MCMR, and the target is at the range of 30 meters. And then we will do three tests in total of 30 shots, not 30 shots. Okay, and yeah, talking about the hop adjustment, it really took us quite a bit to test it out. But you know, later on after we finish the test, we'll go over the review and teach you the little tricks on how to adjust the hop ups. The gun is hot. Jesse, ready?
Ready.
10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. And yeah. Okay. All right. Fired in 3, 2, 1. It's like going up and down. Last round of the test. 10 shots. Fired in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's going like woof, 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 woof. You know what? Let's get to the review part and let me tell you more about the guns. All right, we're done with the test and we put everything back in the box. Now let's do the unboxing, shall we? You know what? Let's put my personal guns away first. This one, it is really special. You know what? Since it is so special that we will just make another episode for it. This very special gun. Okay, let's start with the unboxing. I think the most of you probably already like seen the unboxing quite a million times already. But again, regular paper boxes. Let's start with the M16 A1. Inside the box, you get 2 very big plastic bags, and then perhaps you can use these bags for toss out your trash and all that. Thank you. And here comes the M16 A1. And right inside, that's the little paper box. It comes with the magazine itself, and this one is the shorty magazine. And the rest of it, you get a speed loader, a user manual, which nobody reads.
That's a lot of damage.
So I'm gonna put it back in the box. And then, buy box. Here it comes. The second blue box, which is the brand new that VFC just released. Very hot, very special, the Black Hawk Down M16 A2. And again, same paper box with the 30 round magazine comes inside a plastic bag. Boom, brand new. And then another big plastic bag. Ooh. Now that's interesting. The first thing that comes in my mind is that the texture on the stock is actually different. And this is something I will talk about in a bit, because VFC, when it comes to the external parts, they are the experts. All right then buy box. Okay. This is the A2, that's the A1, and now the BCM MCMR. And I have to say, I think out of all the boxes, the BCM MCMR really did a really good job on the packaging. I think the packaging is the prettiest. So let's open it up. Since it's the prettiest, I will do the special unboxing this way. Okay, anyways, right inside the box that you will see the gun. And this one, just like Tokyo Marui, it comes with a very nice Velcro in which you can take this off and then use it for your, like headsets or like a wire organizations and all that, or maybe just use it for your computer. I think it's really nice. And then you might be asking like, hey, where are the magazines and the user manuals and all that? It's all hidden here. They actually tell you it's here. Let me take the gun out. And right inside, once you open this box, you will get the user manual, the speed loader, the magazine with a special laser edge, and 3 pieces of M-lock. That's I think this is made out of plastic. Yeah, so it comes with 3 M-lock Picatinny rails that you can mount to your rail, which is pretty nice. The rest of it, the buy box. You see, this is the really cool part about VFC ARs. Back in the times when VFC started making gas blowback rifles, a lot of people were traumatized. And that might be the reason why there are so many haters out there. But again, I'm not a big fan of hating different brands out there because, it's a learning process. So they launched new products, they found out there are some problems, they learn from it, they improve it, and now here comes is that V2 or V3? V2 version or the V3 version? The V3 version. After VFC got their system improved, everything stabilized, and now they are making a crazy amount of different models. Look at all that. We got the A2, the A1, the BCM MCMR, and not mentioning the other one they sent us a long time ago. This is the XM117 E2 that comes with the grenade launcher. They literally make all kinds of M4s out there, ARs or things like that. It's just, you can customize the shit out of it. MK18, whatever, you name it. If you see something on the website that's real steel, that you can probably make it out of VFC. That's indeed a fact. Okay, well, I remember back then, I think WE Tag is the one that makes the most of the models out there. They have like plenty of different models. However, I really think that after VFC finalized their AR system, now I'm quite confident to say that VFC is probably the one that makes the most of AR models out there, or even some like other, the HK series, MP5s, blah blah blah, so on so. But since we have so many guns, let's start with the externals, because I really think that VFC, they are the master when it comes to the externals, making things look as real as possible. All right, let's take a look at the externals. Okay, well, let's take a look at the externals. You see, let's start from, because this is something, the first thing I noticed was the stock. And then let's say, because again, I will say I'm not an expert when it comes to details of the replica. To me, they're all M16 and M4s. But something I can notice is that, let's say the handguard surface treatment, it does look like the real deal, because when it comes to the Vietnam era, the plastic, it actually looks pretty similar to the at least the ones I saw from the museum, and also for the stock, it's shiny, because when it comes to airsoft gun productions or any kind of productions out there, if you can use the same surface treatment, it's the easiest. So let's say we're making M4s. Normally, the receiver is gonna all look the same. However, when you compare the the M16 A1 from VFC and also the M16 A2 from VFC, that you can already tell a difference that the handguard looks like the real deal because it's actually shiny. However, the stock, it is matte. You know, they don't just create like whatever surface treatment that the easiest for them. However, instead, they really want that realistic look. And one of the most amazing part is that this M16 A1 right here, the first moment I saw it, I think it's gonna be heavy as hell. However, by the time I grab it, it's like, oh shit, it's light as hell. You see, the barrel itself, it looks like steel, but it's actually aluminum. And I really think that this is the flex, VFC flexing their muscles on the external surface treatment part. If you can recall back to the M249 video that you saw from last time, yeah, that thing only weighs 2.4 kilograms. And yet, it looks really heavy. That's the really amazing part of VFC. Some special surface treatment technology. Okay, and now let's talk about the BCM MCMR. Again, full trademarks on it. And then also, you know, this one even comes with the rubber pads that goes onto the M-LOK rail, which looks very nice. And again, once you look close to those models, that you can tell the how VFC they develop their system and how they improve their system over time. Yeah, normally when it comes to like some companies, if they don't really care about the externals, they would just use the same M4 receivers. However, guys, get a closer look on the MCMR. The MCMR itself, it is the MCMR receiver. The upper receiver, the lower receiver, everything is customized for them. So it's not like the same one they use all over the place. Yep. And let's get a closer look on the, let's say the small details. I think they replicate that pretty well, and even the sights and everything. However, if you want to get a super close look to it and get all the information, please go check out Explosive Enterprises channel. He's got literally everything covered. But yeah, besides that, this is one of my favorite rifle. This is the XM177 E2, and yeah, I actually customized it like the blood diamond one.
Yeah.
I really think that this one with the M2 red dot sight, and with the paint, it just looks so darn nice. Actually, I got something very special inside the gun, but we will talk about that sometime very soon. All right, let's take a closer look on the internals of the VFC V3 system. Okay, since now we're taking a closer look at the surface treatment again. The receiver color, so it's different. See, look at this one. I think I can tell these two, they are probably similar to each other, but these two, yeah, I really think the A1 looks very fantastic. Yeah, but anyways, all right, let's take it apart. Every time when you want to take things apart, take the magazine out, okay? Then let's go over the internals. Based on what I know, the internals is the V3 version, and then to take it out, it's actually quite easy. Like the good old M4s, pop the pins out, and you have the upper receiver, the lower receiver. And then that's once we get a closer look, I think what VFC did, again, this is something I like a lot about VFCs, is their resets and also the spring. Because the spring they use for their hammers and everything inside, they actually made it stronger. So when it comes to handling the gun, it really feels that much more like handling the real deal. You know, because I would say in comparison to GHK, they had a softer trigger spring. So, and also the hammer is slightly softer. Despite the fact that yes, it does make the resets and everything. However, just VFC, it's more like you hear the reset like that much more. And when you hit the hammer, it makes that much more sounds. And it feels good. Anyways, see? Look at this one. set. It's good. So, just even if you are not doing airsofting, that you are just having fun with your gun at home, at the living room, pulling the charging handle, taking it apart and everything like that, it's also a fun thing to do. Okay, now, that's when we get a closer look on the internals. I think one of the biggest improvement that VFC did was the valve system. So what VFC did was that they really made the valve system that much more stable. What I mean stable is that this is the valve knocker itself. And then now the valve knocker, it's got a much harder spring in which it will return in a much quicker fashion. And at the same time, I would say the wobble is very minimal. So this way that it will make your gun more consistent. Every time when the hammer hits the valve knocker, it's straight forward and backward. It's not like right and left, making all that weird angles, not hitting the valves and all that. It gets pretty annoying. If you own an old version of a HK416 out of VFC or again, just like I said in the beginning, people get traumatized from that. And that might be the period of time why people hate VFC so much. But I have to say, I'm very looking forward to their AKs too. It's on the way. All right. Now, the magazine itself. The magazine, it works with the entire system very, very well. And then this is one of my favorite part is that they actually made the control right here. They made it red. So if I push this to the rear, now you can dry fire the gun and the bolt is not gonna lock to the rear. And if I press this down and then flick the switch to the forward, now you get the bolt lock. And personally, I really do like the VFC system right here. That's because putting everything together is actually very, very simple. You just remove the two screws and plug everything out. Then you can put everything back and then put the cap back. And personally, I really think that this is a very nice system. However, something to keep in mind though, is that, I did saw some people making videos about, like dropping VFC mags on the floor. It's not gonna break. But personally, since this one, it doesn't have like an outer shell, it's breakable. And then also, especially when it comes to these parts. Because for the real guns, this is made of steel, and then they just technically bend it to hold the base plate. However, this one is actually made out of a mold. So if your magazine landed on the ground like that, I already had a few that the tips just broke off. And so I ended up using super glue to super glue the plate here. So still, be careful with this. All right, and then also talking about the material used inside, I think for the ones with the higher price, most of the internals are made of steel. So you see the hammer made of steel, the sear made of steel, valve knocker, hardened material, the bolt lock, hardened material, the magnet it's on everywhere. So that's very nice. In the beginning when I talked about you can swap things around, right? I think that's actually one of my favorite parts. And now since I have so many samples, I'm just gonna do this test. Now let's see. For the BCM MCMR, let me pop this out. Oh yeah, and also since VFC, they already, the system is finalized in such a way that, other brands out there, they also make parts for them. That's a really, really amazing part. So here. Again, if you saw the Maple Leaf hand solo or the solo hand system, it's also built based on the VFC system in which they have their the Hummingbird short bolt. This one right here, it is super cool. So once you have this in there, that you can technically turn your M4 into a SIG. And I really think that is really, really hot. And the best part is, see, this is randomly out of nowhere, right? Yeah, I might need a small hammer to get it into place, but look! BCM PDW. And that's a short bolt already. Really, and then it functions. Yeah, BCM PDW. And just like the one I was going to talk about, this is also something new out of Maple Leaf. It turns your M4 into a bolt action sniper rifle. How cool is that? I think in the real world, I think this upgrade part is retarded. But when it comes to airsoft, it gives so many more advantages. Like, for real. Just listen to this. Super nice. But again, like I said, this one is my favorite setup right now. And then I think I will make another episode just talking about this one. Oh. Yeah, see, this is the reason why I said I'm not very good when it comes to recognizing different types of guns out there. The A2, instead of having full auto, they got the burst. And I totally forgot about the burst mode. So you know what, I'm gonna put it together and then fire a few rounds and see how it goes. Okay, this is the semi. Even with a small magazine, this one kicks pretty darn hard. Now, let's try the burst. Whoa, this is pretty sick. You know what? I'm not giving this one to Lewis. Sorry, Lewis, I'm keeping this one. Whoa! I have to be honest. I totally forgot about the A2 comes with burst. And this one has got burst inside. So let's see. That's if. I remember some of you guys talked about the cursed gun series. This is M16 A2 PDW. Damn! With a fixed stock. And I think the bolt works. Let's see if the burst still works. It works. Yo, this is so much fun. The M16 A1 MCMR. Ball locks to the rear. It actually looks pretty darn cool. Ooh, this part is new, that part is old. And it still works. Yeah, see, I really think the fun is limitless. That if you own many VFC AR systems, you can really literally just Lego the crap out of it. Just have fun, put everything together, and the V3 system is gonna work. All right, then let's talk about the hop ops. Alright, then right here I would cut straight into, I think, the part that needs some work. That's the hop up system. You see, when it comes to the VFC AR hop up systems, I would say there are 3 different versions. However, now there are only 2 left. The V2 system and also the V3 system, which I think the V3 system, it's very smartly designed, in which that it allows you to adjust the hop up through the gas tube. You see, there's this very long screw with a very long lever that allows you to use an Allen key, turn right and left to adjust the length. And right here, it's a small tip for you guys when it comes to the adjustment, is that don't spend too much, because this hop up system right here, it is extremely sensitive. So every time when you turn it, you just turn it like a tiny bit. It's gonna give you effect on it. And then I wouldn't say to tell the adjustment level by looking at the wrench, because it's not very accurate. I think the most accurate way is to look at this bar right here, because every time you adjust it, it moves forward and backward slightly. And yeah, that's much easier if you can look at it from this way. You know, if it pushes this way, it gives you more hop up. If it comes this way, it gives you less hop up. So that's the V3 system. And yeah, you know what? Later on, I will take it apart and show you guys what's inside. Okay. Now the V2 system, it's simpler, and the first thing is, it is extremely hard to take apart. Like for real. 3, 2. You need a friend for this.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's something that VFC did a very good job on, is that for, you know, if you have some like older airsoft models or even Tokyo Marui, the front handguard wobbles like shit. This one, no sound. So like very, very well done. There's literally no wobble on these. So probably even better than the real ones. Okay, but back to the hop up. When you see the hop up adjustment, the V2, it's quite simple. That it's got this plastic wheel, and then all you need to do is just you know, spin it to the right, to the left to adjust it. However, do be careful with the adjustment, because since it's made out of plastic, and then if you have like if your nails is short like mine, it's gonna be very hard to adjust. And then if you use like let's say like a flat head screwdriver, sometimes if the hop up wheel gets stuck too hard, and then you just it will break the plastic. So that's not very good. However, see right here, since we did the tests already, this is something I want to address about the hop up issue from the VFC ARs. All right, I think it's off. Yep. Guys, if you try to take your gun apart, it's very helpful to have a vise at home. You know, at least it can help you to hold on to your gun.
A few moments later.
All right, since it's M4 that we just we actually cut out the taken apart part. However, please, when it comes to the barrel nut, usually it's assembled in a very tight fashion. So you know, when you're using tools like these and then spending a lot of force to try to take it apart, please be careful, because you know, yeah, we were just filming and now a big chunk of skin got chopped off because of the tools. So please, guys, be very careful, and just like what I said, yeah, it will stop eventually. Okay, well, we got everything taken apart. This is the V2. For the V2 system, it's actually pretty straightforward. Once you got this chamber, and then on the wheel, there's this dial. So all you need to do is just simply spin this dial, and then it's gonna have the lever adjusted. So this way that you get more hop, spinning counterclockwise, and then spinning clockwise to decrease the hop. Yep, that's right. Okay, then to loosen it, let's see, because this one, it is brand new. Let me see if VFC improve. Oh, wow, nice. Yep, the screws, they are removable now. No longer like the good old VFC gluing technique. I'm glad VFC listened, and now yes, the screw, it's definitely got some tension to it, so I'm pretty sure they add Loctite to it. However, at the same time, it's removable Loctite. It's not like super glue technique anymore. And yeah, to take it apart, it's remove this plastic part and then open it up, and that allows you to see the inside. That's the lever arm, and that's the hop up bucking, and then that's the, I would say, the ring that holds the bucking together. Personally, I think this is a very nice design. However, they did one thing wrong that resulted in that not very good trajectory result. Because if you guys remember from the previous video that we made long time ago, the grading system video, the M733, yeah, that one, the trajectory, it was like bad to the bones. Not gonna lie, it was just bad. And then I think they do use the same system. And I really think that the biggest problem, it comes to the contact. Yeah, this contact, I really think that because for the stock bucking, it's already like, it's got a very big contact surface already. And yet you are using a contact that's already this big. You know, the result is that you don't need to push as low for your BB to lift up. However, not everyone is using 0.48 gram BBs out there. You know, a lot of people, they even use 0.3 gram or sometimes even 0.25 gram for their GBB rifles. So in that case, you really don't need that much of a contact surface. So here's the way that you can fix yours to turn this hop up into a beautiful setup hop up. Okay, the modification is actually very, very simple. Literally, you don't need to touch any of the hop up chamber. You don't, nothing. All you need to do, this little bar right here, as I mentioned, the contact it is. I think it is way too big. Like what I mean way too big, I really think like way too big. So here's the modification I did. Later on you can get a closer look on it, but basically what I did is that I actually grind off, or say all you need to do is just get a diamond tip file. Let me show you the one I have.
One eternity later.
You know, when it comes to tacking, I really think these two, they are the only files that you need. Like literally, they can help you to achieve so many things. So these are the diamond tips. This one is a flat one, and that's the circular one. And since diamond tips, they are like super hard. So because to be honest, the VFC contacts, it's actually made of pretty hard material. So with like a normal regular file, it's not gonna work. Diamond tip is gonna work for you. So basically what you need to do is that you need to file off half of the contact. At least get 50% of this area, take it out. Turn it like this one. And then after that, you can use like a small ruler, or just actually the parting line on this, it's pretty obvious to show you where the middle part is. And then you can use the rounded file to file off this groove for you. So this way that, you know, it actually keeps the contact in the center, and at the same time, it really takes out all that unnecessary contact on the arm. So this way, let's bring it back to the testing video that we did. That you can see it actually makes this huge difference. So with the modified version, even with the same bucking, the same blue bucking that we have inside, that you can already tell that, you know, with the blue bucking, that it's kind of like, it actually makes a slight bit of right and left. Both are using 0.43 gram BBs. However, the one without modifications, it tends to do a lot of the up and down unpredictable shots. And the cost for that, it's because it's having such a big bolt kicking the BBs, and the BBs is not held in place nice enough because the contact is simply too much. You don't need to push as low. That's the overall cost of shitty trajectories. And with this bit of fix, your VFC gun is gonna shoot great. Trust me.
Trust me.
Okay. Take half of it out. Yeah, I think the trick to make it accurate, it's you can do a bit of like small marks on it. And yeah, I really have to say this is some hardened material, eh? This is pretty hard.
Later.
Okay, and then use the flat head to make sure that the two sides are even. That's one of the most important part. You got to make sure that the contacts are even, and you will end up with this beautiful contact. Okay, now we're done with the version 2. Oh god, that's a pile of parts around. But anyways, here, let's take a closer look on the V3 version. The V3 version, some people said that it tends to have problems of losing the self, but I think based on the test that we did, we fired like roughly like at least 500 rounds, and so far we haven't run into the hop off losing issue, which I think they probably used the right amount of glue, right amount of Loctite on the adjustment part. But as you can see that yes, once you adjust the gas tube, it actually turns this screw, and this screw actually moves this entire big block of something to adjust this. Oh, sweet! This bar is actually made of metal. That's actually not bad, and in which that pushes the lever inside. So if we take it apart, we remove it, boom, and inside the chamber, oh, it's like a version 2. Let me take it apart. I guess they probably did the same thing to the contact arm. Yep, the same goddamn contact. Yeah, no wonder it was shooting shit. Yeah, because I can be very biased. However, what I want to say is that 0.43 gram BBs at the range of 30 meters. It needs to be at least 10 out of 10. You can't make 10 out of 11, but you have to make 10 out of 10. This is very short for 0.43 gram. So if you have like flyers up and down at the range of 30 meters, that is not okay. Well, clearly, originally I was worried that it was the problem with the adjustment lever. If you get a closer look, there's actually this this angled edge. Later on, I think Jess, you can probably get a closer shot on this, but yeah, there's this angled edge, and then the contact lever right here, as the edge pushes it, it actually moves it up and down. So yeah, since this one literally they use the same housing. Ta-da! Yeah, so since they are using the same housing, all you need to do is just fix the contact again. Your MCMR is gonna shoot great. Okay, and then I'm gonna put everything back. Okay, now we're putting everything back together with the now this is the MCMR rail. If you experience some kind of wobble on your rail, don't try to tighten the crap out of these two screws, because these two screws, they are not going to deform your rail. So if you tighten the crap out of it, you are gonna destroy the screw, and then this thing is gonna be a real pain in the ass to take off. So what's the cost for the wobble? It's actually this thing right here. It's actually made out of stamped steel. So by the way it works is that you actually insert this here. The two little notches here actually goes directly onto the see? It actually wobbles quite a bit. So in this case, the way to fix it is, again, grab two sets of like a tweezer. This is actually pretty soft. It's not too hard. So you can just bend these slightly to make sure that when you attach it to the upper receiver, it doesn't wobble. Now I adjust this slightly too tight that it won't fit. Up, here you go, see? Now this thing actually clips on. There's no wobble. You insert the rail first. By the time just about you put everything back together, here, that's the moment you insert this metal plate. Ooh, hear that sound? Wobble gone. Okay, then yeah. Oh, something to pay attention is the two screws that comes to the BCM MCMR, they are actually quite different. See it? You gotta start with the one without the cut, because once you tighten this one, then it actually locks this one. So a lot of people, they don't know this. They will start like twisting this one and they're gonna screw up this screw. And it turns out the real pain in the ass situation. Okay, well, apparently we got everything put back together. Finally, it's late in the afternoon, but you know, this is what I love about airsoft. Slight, tiny bit of difference that makes a huge difference. See, now I got the gun loaded with some 0.43 gram BBs. Let's see the result. Try the A2. Last but not least, the A1. You look at my face, you know I'm satisfied. Alright, that brings us to the conclusion. What do I think of the VFC ARs? Well, let's put it this way. I think, again, this is something I always want to tell the users, and this is something I really don't like to see from the airsoft community. The thing is, a lot of people, I know that you guys run into like certain upset situations with your guns. I know that they cost a lot, and sometimes the service, they wouldn't get to you, and then you are left with this broken gun that costs you like $700 or sometimes even like $1,000, and it just doesn't work. Personally, I went into that kind of situation as well, but I really think that it's part of the process where the company is learning. You know, we are people, we learn, and it's part of the process. So what do I finally think of the VFC AR now? I'm glad they finally learned through a lot of the things. I'm glad they took the super glue away. And then despite the fact that yes, there's some like slight problems with the hop arm, but still, I really think that the fire control group, the valve knocker, and the overall feeling of the gun, the recoil, the trigger reset, everything, and the beautiful externals, this is something that I would want to take to a game, especially when I modify or when I fine-tune it. See, it's shooting accurate, and taking it to a game, it really gives that awesome taste to it. Especially when they created so many parts for it. You can literally customize the gun the way you like it. So I would say, in conclusion, good job, VFC. I'm pretty happy with the ARs, and really thank you for sending us so damn many. Yep, that we have to make the videos again and again, but still, we're really happy that we get to see the improvements on the overall products. So, I think if you watch till here that you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, please make sure you do, and pay attention to what we are about to release. Something very special inside the gun. Stay tuned, and we'll see you very soon.